Those of you who are regular viewers of the channel know I am a big proponent of these little things, OBD2 scanners for your Hyundai or Kia EV. Now, what these do is plug into the car's data port and they allow you to monitor all sorts of different parameters from the car that otherwise wouldn't be visible to you as the owner. And to me, the best use case for this is for monitoring battery pack temperatures. If you drive a 2021 through 2024 Ioniq 5 or a 23 through 25 Ioniq 6 or any of the other older EVs that have the Gen 5W infotainment system, you have no idea what your battery pack temperature is. If you drive a 2025 or newer Ioniq 5 or a 2026 or newer Ioniq 9 or one of the newer Kia EVs, then you do have a better idea of what the battery pack temperature is because you have a manual battery conditioning button. And next to that button, it will tell you whether the battery pack is low, normal, or high. So you've got a general idea of what you need to do to get the battery ready for DC fast charging, but you still don't have a hard number. So when you plug this in and use Car Scanner, which I've made a video about, I'll have a link in the description below, you can actually see the battery temperature. And the reason you want to know this is because to get full charging power, you need the battery to be at a minimum 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius. Now, the purpose of this video today isn't to explain all this. The reason is because I just experienced a really annoying bug that I did not know about until recently on the latest out-of-spec Eastern Edge race that we did from the Canadian border down to Key West in the Ioniq 9 and a bunch of other EVs. Stay tuned to the out-of-spec motoring channel for all sorts of videos for that race. But I was piloting the Ioniq 9 with two of my friends, Dave and Sky, and about halfway through the trip, we started to notice that battery conditioning was not starting.
This was what we arrived at, more or less. And I suppose it'll warm up a little bit.
This 57 is the problem. We want this ideally to be a 75.
75, yeah.
So this is far off from where it needs to be.
This is killing us. We weren't using the built-in route planner, which would automatically start it. We were just using the manual battery precondition button. And after pressing that button, the coolant temperature didn't come up, the battery temperature didn't rise. And this led to 2 or 3 charging stops where we had lower than expected DC fast charging speeds, which did cost us some time overall in the race. We tried a couple different things to try and fix it. We turned off the car at our next charging stop. We also tried using the built-in route planner to see if that would engage it.
Great news. We have bacon.
We have bacon.
The icon is there showing that the battery is in theory preconditioning. We go here. Oh no. 0 draw though right now.
Yeah, but right up on the display it said
did say that it was gonna do it.
Yeah.
So we shall see. We'll check in again as we get closer and see if it did anything. And if the temperatures get any better than they are right now, which is still 59 low.
And ultimately, it ended up being this little guy. So Sky, who was in the car with us, he worked at Honda for decades, working in automotive development. And he suggested we try unplugging the OBD2 scanner from the OBD2 port. And lo and behold, once we did, battery conditioning fired up immediately. Dave and I both said, there's no way it's the OBD2 scanner. And we had to eat those words because, yeah, it was the OBD2 scanner.
I would not have guessed this either. So what do we have to say about this, Dave?
So we pulled the OBD2, we activated the battery preconditioning, and it's pulling 5 kilowatts right now to condition the battery.
That's kind of a lot.
Yeah. So,
I guess, I don't know. Is that a lot, Corbin?
That's what it always pulls.
Okay,
yeah.
That's what it always pulls, all right.
So the ODB2 was clearly fucking with it, and I would have put money down that it wasn't the ODB2. I would have, if someone had offered to bet $100, I would have taken that bet and I'd have lost $100. So I'm very grateful that nobody in the car was in a betting mood.
No way. But yeah, it's doing something, and we'll figure out what the something is when we get to the charger, I guess, right?
Yep.
Now, I will say, after we learned this, we never plugged it back in. We didn't want to have to think about it and have the issue present itself again. So we just left it unplugged. And obviously no issues going forward after that. I have been road tripping my 2025 Ioniq 5 for almost a year now. and I have never once run into this issue, and I almost always use the manual battery conditioning button. But you're still going to want to monitor your battery temperature, so in my opinion, you are still going to need this overall. Now, it's possible that the issue didn't arise until after going through multiple cycles of manual battery conditioning. Typically when I'm road tripping around New England and going down to like the Virginia area, I'm really not activating it more than 2-3 times in a 24-hour period. So maybe it just got bogged down with those bunch of manual battery conditioning starts in the first 12 hours of the race. Just overall, really strange. Would have never guessed in a million years that that would cause such a stupid little issue. Now, in regard to the cars with Gen 5W, I don't really know if this bug exists there because you don't have a manual battery conditioning button. So it's completely possible that if you are using the built-in route planner with 5, 6, 7 charging stops that the issue might come up, but I don't know. So anyway, guys, just wanted to let you know about this little bug. Make sure you keep an eye out for it. If you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. Check out my store at ioniqguy.com for all sorts of accessories for your Hyundai, Kia, or Genesis EV. Consider becoming a channel member for as little as 99 cents per month. For $3 per month, you can get early access to all these videos to view them before everybody else, as well as a 10% discount to my store, again, ioniqguy.com. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.